Okay, so the first one, this guy's name is it may be a guy, I don't know, guy, girl, but well, it is a guy because he got dude on the back. So family historian dude, he said, I'm glad I was in my mid twenties when I moved out of my mother's house. I was 27 when I started living by myself. We should all value independence. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I mean, independence, man. I'm gonna tell you, if nothing makes you want to go out and do the things you need to do to support yourself, just being independent definitely will. Now, I don't know. Some people just feel like they have to stay in the nest. I mean, some. I mean, birds, they'll kick you out the nest. You're gonna learn to fly, you know. But it's better, in my opinion, it's better to learn how to fly, especially before your parents are gone, because not too many people out here besides your parents will love you the same way. So if you need to learn how to fly, you better get out that. You better get out that nest and get out of there soon. But yeah, that's a good comment. Okay, the next person, his name is Sparky Corrigan. He says, "I'm one of these people you're talking about in your video. After my parents went through some financial hardships, after getting their benefits cut, dad's disabled and can't work. I moved out of my place and moved back in with them to pay their rent and help them out. The last 6 months alone, their fridge, cooker, washing machine busted, and I am in position that I was able to go out the same day and buy them new ones. I'm 31, work full time, drive a 2021 Civic, went back to college and going to do law at university next year and still be living with them for the foreseeable future as I'm planning on buying their house for them next year. Not everyone has to live with their parents. Some of us choose to. After after a string of bad relationships, I decided that I'm a lot happier being single, and I also found out how miserable it is to give a huge chunk of your wages to pay someone else's mortgage while coming home every night to sit alone in front of your computer. I'd rather go home to the people that care about me. I know a lot of people who are exactly as you described. You can't paint everyone with the same brush, though. Like the vid and sent the sub. Well, let me say this to you, and I'll say this person's name again. That was a very good comment, Sparky Corrigan. I'll say this: you're right. You can't paint everybody with the same brush because everybody's not in the same situation. And the situation that you're actually not really living with your parents. You're actually helping them. And it's I'm not talking about people that's helping. And I think in the video I actually said, this is not for everybody. I mean, this is for the people that I'm talking about just laying on their parents, just not doing nothing, not wanting to work or even working and just not keeping a steady job. So I'm definitely not talking about someone like you because, of course, you're actually helping your parents, man. If your dad can't work, I'm sorry to hear that. But I will tell you, man, that's something to, never bow your head to because some kids won't even help their parents. Maybe even being in a good situation, they won't help their parents. So man, you just sound like a good kid. And I mean, I'm sure you're an adult now, but you sound like a good person. So, man, hats off to you, and hope your family and everything gets better. Okay, so this will be the last comment that I'll read. But man, listen, I love listening to y'all. I look at y'all comments and like I said, man, when I have the time, and usually I'll do it at nighttime when I'm in the bed. I'll just lay down and look at some of the comments. But I do appreciate the comments. So this last one I'll read. This one is the real Jules. Um, Okay, so the real Jules said, "Great video. My cousin is like this, 32 years old. He's a mama's boy. It's really sad. You can tell it in his behavior. He well, he sees me living on my own with a condo that I bought with a new car. when we speak, he makes up stories how he's doing so well for himself and got a new girlfriend. Keep in mind the family has never ever met her. I had to cut him off completely. The dude is a loser. Straight facts. Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you something, man. People like this. My thing is, and I even said it in the video. So you got this girl, and what you said is nobody never met her. It, maybe it's hand. I don't know. Maybe it's her. Maybe, and this my cousin used to say all the time. Maybe it's Pomula or Pomula. I think he called it Pomula. So this is what this is his girl. So I don't know. I'm just being stupid about that. But I will say this, man. At 32 years old, if you haven't made your mind up by that time, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of time it's just the parents. The kids, man. Let me tell you something. It's the difference between a kid and a 32-year-old. Even 25-year-olds, I'll say, you know, I would have a little more. I would give you a little bit more slack, especially if you're a girl. But a boy, nah, bro. Even at 25, bro. If now at least if you have a job, if you have a job, you're working, you're helping your mother and your father, or whatever the case may be, cool, cool. If they cool with you living, that's cool. If you're not working, you're not going to school, bro, you need to get a life. You need to get a life because for me, it's hard. It would definitely be hard for me to get up and go to work every day. I go to work every day and I see you lounging around. You probably have a robe on. You might have on some shorts and some slippers. And you sitting there, what's up, Pops? What's up? Bruh, you up out of here. That's what's up. Ain't no what's up. You got days. You got days to get your act together. Cause like I said, man, you can't you can't just keep babying these men. Because here's the problem. When mom and daddy is gone, like I said earlier, when mom and dad is gone, that's where you're gonna have problems. That's where you're gonna learn. And look, that's where you're gonna learn that life is hard out here. And that's one of the things that used to scare me before my parents passed on. And I used to think about it all the time. Like, man, what am I gonna do if my parents pass? And I was already living on my own. I already had a family and everything. And so, I mean, man, yeah, that's natural. And I think it's just something that we do and we think about. What happens if our parents are gone? Man, look, if you can't get past that, maybe you need mental help. Maybe you need to get you a therapist or something because when you're in your 30s and you lived on your own or you really don't, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. You got problems there. But anyway, man, I do appreciate y'all. I will continue to read the comments. I'll be putting this video out and I'll be putting out other videos. And look, man, I just look forward to hearing the comments and we'll talk. Y'all take it easy.